I've always been interested in drugs. From a very young age, I found myself fascinated by the possibility of seeing the world in a different way. I would often climb trees and hang upside down just to get that strange rush of the blood rushing to my head, or gaze through the kaleidoscopes for hours. My favourite activity though was swimming. When in the pool, I would take a large breath, sink just a few inches below the surface, and go still as if I was dead. At first I tried this merely to give my mother a bit of a scare, as a joke, but then, when I was under, I realised that I was in the blue expanse of the water, with its muffled sound and sensation. I felt a strange thrill. A calmness would take over my body, while my mind raced with the curious unfeeling. Then, the shrill yell of my mother pierced this beautiful illusion, and I surfaced reluctantly. I discovered mind-altering substances in middle school. My father had just undergone a surgery for an old athletic injury and had been prescribed Vicodin post-op. Being a grumpy old man with no time for bed rest, he forgot about these within a few days and left his bottle by the microwave, forlorn and alone. It didn't stay there for long. The next few days were a happy blur. I was fortunate enough to be on a summer vacation at the time. What my parents thought was a sudden addiction to computer games was simply me sitting, staring at the ceiling, while stoned out of my mind on the stolen pills. The body rush I felt was amazing, of course, but more than that, the strange calmness that I seemed to touch upon again, but stronger than the pull, something I knew could only grow from here. The pills were used up in a matter of days, and without them, I knew I had to find a substitute, or something better. I began to befriend some of my friends' older siblings. Slowly, I would always turn the conversation towards their partying habits. They were high schoolers after all, and were sure to drink and smoke. Eventually, one of them caught on, and pulled me aside when I was walking to school. Marijuana became my drug of choice then. I favoured indica strains, buying concentrates almost as soon as I could afford a nail and a blowtorch to smoke them with. These strains would put me into far more of a stupor than others, again pulling me close to that glorious contact with Oblivion. My days were spent playing video games in all waking hours. School came, and my usage dropped. With this, I found that I needed something stronger if my use was to be so occasional. A year passed as I searched fruitlessly for something that would satisfy this itch. I tried psychedelics, which merely confused me rather than bring me the feeling that I craved, until I finally found myself searching the streets of the nearby metropolis for something, anything that would sate me. I finally found it, the miracle I always wanted. Heroin was everything I wished it to be. The sweet, glorious Oblivion. I finally reached it the first time that nectar of the gods reached my heart. Unfortunately, what they say is true. You never do achieve that first high. You will always chase the dragon, and yet I felt there was something more, something greater that I could achieve. Not merely trying to meet that first opiate bliss. I knew there was something better out there. I've been increasing my dosage lately. Larger and larger doses have narrowed the gap between my current and my first experiences. I had a thought recently. What if I combined the natural state that first brought me this bliss with my chemical guide? I'll be going out to the pool tonight, and I'll be upping my dosage. I will achieve the ultimate pleasure. Tonight is the perfect night to do it. Not every night a man turns 18.